Kannis here with Bloodywood at Sick New World in Las Vegas. How are you feeling being a part of this lineup today?
Very amazing, because when they released the lineup last year, when we weren't a part of it, I genuinely felt jealous. I was like, we need to be on this festival.
Yeah.
So it's, I'm out of words. I'm just like making plans. What time do I say System of a Down? What time is Bring Me the Horizon? So that's what I'm doing today. It's a very fun place to be, I'd say that. Yeah.
New Delhi dropped in 2025 and pushed your sound further. What did you want that record to represent for the band?
So the record on its own it's a love letter to the city where we come from, the city that has given us everything. So we obviously, like any other band out there, we just want to be bigger, because we've grown up seeing bands like Slipknot, Metallica just playing at big venues. So that's what we want to do. So I'd say it's a step towards that. I mean, otherwise we didn't expect anything. It was just a very honest part of ourselves we put on the record and let the people decide, and it's doing very well. So I'm very glad of that.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Thank you.
Really, really sick sounds for sure. You blend metal with traditional Indian elements. How do you keep that balance feeling natural and not forced?
Because it is very natural and not forced. I mean, if you even pick up this album, New Delhi, there is a song, for example, called Kismat, which doesn't have that many Indian influences. Like it has some, but it's not a lot, and that's exactly how we make it. We just like do not force anything on it, because at the moment we start forcing it, it just becomes it doesn't have a soul in it. So nothing is forced. It just, hey, you know what? This XYZ instrument is gonna sound good, and that's what we go for.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah.
It's awesome. What song do you think from New Delhi hits the hardest live?
I'd say New Delhi alone hits very hard. I feel that, because it's got a lot of hills and valleys, and I can see people jumping. There's scope for a ball of death and all of that. So for me, that hits the hardest live.
Hell yeah. Playing a festival like this, do you feel like you're introducing people to something new, or building an audience that already gets it?
It's a mix of both, because there are a lot of people even today that I saw who had like Bloodywood t-shirts on and everything, but then there were so many people who were just like, what's this?
Right.
And then they start getting into the groove. But that's kind of like a game for us, especially in festivals or when we support an artist, is that let's see how many people we can convert, because it's very nice to see them just be a little bit into it and then just full-fledged moshing. So it's a mix of both, actually.
Yeah, it must be really cool to see all these new people moshing to your music too.
It's so awesome, because you recognize, this person definitely doesn't know about us, and then 2 songs later that person is in the pit, and I'm like, yes, we've won. Hard. Yeah, so
that's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So your music carries strong cultural identity, as you said.
Yeah.
How important is that message when you're playing into a global crowd?
I mean, if you look at just with like a lens all across the globe, it's the same problem. It just has a different mask. And what we're facing in India is kind of the same what's happening in the US, or like I said, across the globe. So when we write songs and the messaging behind it, it is something that we kind of either we associate with it, or we know someone who's going through it. So we have a first-hand experience to what's happening. And that's why the messaging is also important, because art and music on its own is a tool for change. Like literally it has started so many revolutions around the world, and if you want to change the world, you got to start it at home. And so we implement these little things within ourselves as well, and put this on our music, because it is just super honest from our end, and that's it.
I love what you guys are doing with the whole sound.
Very glad.
I
Thank
think
you so much.
It's so cool to see and hear like a new vibe coming in like that.
Thank you so very much.
What do you think the most surprising reaction that you've gotten from fans outside of India has been?
So I'd say Japan was very interesting, because it's English and Hindi, and it's very far from what they speak, but still it was just so wild. It was so wild. I do not have word for it, because literally there is no word for it. It was just like I had this adrenaline rush just seeing the people jump with us. And I said that was the most shocking for us, because again, we did not know what to expect.
Right.
We were opening the main stage at Fuji Rock Festival. Again, did not know what's gonna happen, and it ended up being one of the best performances we've, for us, with how the people responded.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm like really hyped for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're trying our best. So
I mean, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Do you feel any pressure being one of the bands bringing a different sound into a heavy lineup like this?
Not really. The only pressure I would say is to make sure that we are, honest with what we're doing, and we're just not, making things up for the
Yeah.
sake of metal. That is the only, and it's not even a pressure because, for example, like it takes us a long time to make a record in general, like more than a year at times, and that is purely because once we're done with the song, it has to feel like we've made the best thing ever. Even if it doesn't work in the market, that becomes a secondary thing. But you're fully happy and satisfied with what you've created. So that is, I'd say, not pressure, but that's what we believe. And if you speak about pressure, then I'd say there are so many people who've got faith in us that the only pressure I'd say is to just hopefully you're not let down. We gave our best.
Yeah.
That's about it. Otherwise, there is no pressure in that sense. We take our time and we're happy with the way things work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, it's important for artists to stay true to themselves.
Yeah.
So it's good that you guys are
Yeah.
literally keeping that vibe going.
Yeah.
Is there a track that you feel that you guys have put out maybe deserved more attention than it got?
I'd say Kismat again. I like that song more because I kind of, the way I did my vocals were a little different from what I generally do.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, hey, it should work more. But again, it's up to everyone if they like it or not. But that would personally, like, it would be my pick for the song that could have done better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably put it out. You're like, this is going to be awesome. And everybody was like, maybe they didn't receive it the way that you wanted to
It's
receive
not
it.
even that because we never made a video about it and everything. And generally, that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
That's what my observation is. But even then, it is doing fine.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I was like, either it's going to be a very big one or a very bad one. And it kind of got stuck in the center. I was like, wow, I'm very, very wrong.
No, I think that song hit.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep complimenting you, honestly. For someone seeing Bloodywood for the first time today,
Yeah.
what do you want them to walk away remembering?
How much fun they had, honestly. Because at the end of the day, we all gravitated towards this genre in general because it was not just cathartic but fun as well. So just go back with a smile and be like, fuck yeah, I
Yeah.
loved what they did. So that I think that having fun would be the best, the easiest one to.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, my last question, what's next for Bloodywood that people aren't, they're not ready for?
I don't know because right now we've got like we just spoke before, like
Yeah.
we have a very stacked, schedule till at least June, and we haven't thought that far. We're just focused on these performances and these festival appearances in
Right.
Europe and UK, and then this headline run in the US on.
Yeah.
So we just focused on these things, like your little steps,
Yeah.
and then we'll see. I genuinely do not have an
Yeah.
answer for that.
You're like, I'm just stuck on touring and my festivals right now.
Yeah, not just stuck. We're just like trying
Yeah,
to figure out
yeah,
like the
right.
best way we could do. So that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you so much for coming and talking with us today.
Perfect. Thank you.
Bloodywood at Sickney World, Get Some Magazine.